Welcome back to Pharmaceuticals. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about TTNP. This one here has seen around negative 23% today decline. I'm going to discuss a little bit on technical analysis, then I'm going to move towards news and what's moving the stock. Make sure to drop a like this video to help the channel grow, subscribe and leave notifications on. Let's jump right into it. On a 1 week perspective, what we get to see here on an MACD, that is, nothing seems to be significant. It's actually even attempting a reversal on that sense. But of course, as we've seen today, the 1 day perspective really deters this one towards the negative side. Now, the William percent R is quite oversold. Momentum is negative and ADX shows in a very negative trend. Volume has declined, which is usually a bad sign. If we're looking at moving averages here, they all look bearish. Now, taking a quick look into a 1 day perspective, what we get to see here is something very similar to what we've seen on a 1 week perspective. Momentum is negative. William percent R is highly oversold. ADX shows in a very strong negative trend. When we go on towards volume, nothing significant here in volume. I mean, there's a bunch of red candles one after another. And we're looking at an MACD that is actually going on towards the negative trend. Now, moving averages here, and if you've been watching my channel, I've kind of changed the colors a little, just because the system rebooted. But 30E, it's below the 30 EMA. 30 EMA is above 10 SMA. That is bearish. Now, the stock price is below the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA, which makes it as well bearish. Now, taking a quick look into the moving averages, it's expected to trade around 16 cents on the top, 14 cents in the middle, and 13 cents on the bottom. It's quite below that right now at almost 11 cents. And we get to see an unbalanced volume. We actually get to see a massive decline after a massive jump in there. Now, stochastic fast and slow, it doesn't show that it's kind of bottomed up yet. Based on stochastic fast and slow, a bottom out would be something like similar to this region here, but it does look like it's getting very close to there. Now, if we were to look into the Fibonacci retracements, let's start at, let's say, the 32 cent, go down all the way to 10.07. Significant resistance on the Fibonacci retracement will be the 16 cent, followed by the 19, and the support would be the 11. Now, taking a quick look into supports and resistances, I mean, this one here has almost never seen that point mark yet. So that makes 11 cents to be the support, and then how you treat it is every cent down would be in support. So 10, 9, 8, that's usually the logic behind it. Significant resistance is at the 11 cents, and then followed by that 12 cents, and then jumping up to 14, and then from 14 to 15. Now, taking a quick look into the company news. Now, I was really disappointed not to find an updated presentation, but I'll do with the SEC filings. Now, for compliance, they do have a little bit of time until 2021 January to reach compliance, so they have time there. One of the latest news here is their acquisition and the debt payment of, debt settlement for Molteni and Horizon, and the acquisition of JT Pharma's Kappa. So it kind of, on the sense, it kind of looks good, but you need to look at what's happening here. So previously, the offering that was underwritten public offering was around 10 cents per share. That closed on the 30th, and the price never seen there. And what you expect is you might see a dip closer to going on towards the 10 cent, but there was a little bit of pumping that actually got it to 25 cents instead of 10 cents. So you get to see where the fear comes in. As soon as this one started to get hit by a little bit of FRED, it honestly started to tumble down and broke to pieces, and that is an issue that you have. So they sold around 80 million units, going on to around $8 million at 10 units per share. So you do expect that it might actually hit there, and that's in fact what's happening. But the news that is positive is that they are actually paying off their debt. They're acquiring JT Pharma Kappa for opioid agonist peptide, and then they are having the debt settlement done with Molteni and Horizon. These are all good news, but it's actually priced in, because you look at October 26th and October 28th. The price did see a jump around October 28th. It's already priced in. So right now, what's the next step, right? That's what a lot of people might be thinking. So if we look into strategic partnership, we don't get to see an exact basic catalyst right out. It's just basically complete negotiation with its lender to eliminate outstanding debt. This continues its U.S. Probuphine implant sales and wind down Probuphine, so kind of almost looks like winding down a little. that is a warning sign. A lot of people are thinking, you know, well, okay, registered offering, so had an offering September 24th, or a direct offering at 14 cent, public offering at 10. What's next, right? They already did their offerings. The big thing coming up is the big thing that a lot of people are worrying about is the reverse split. But as we said, the reverse split might not be due until January 2021, or at least the compliance. But there has been some people who are saying that they've actually received a proxy vote for reverse split, and that definitely would scare anyone. It definitely looks like it needs a reverse split. It's seeing a lot of resistance, a lot of bag holders going on top. Now, let's take a quick look into discussing, well, what's the next step for this one. Now, I don't expect for it to kind of attempt to go back to the dollar and stay over there. I mean, you get to see where it was. That was a reverse split before, somewhere around less than a year ago. Or, sorry, more than a year ago. Less than 2 years. 1 to 6 reverse split. So I do expect that there is going to be another reverse split happening here, probably 1 to 15. This one here, I have gone through it before, and the company itself looks promising, but right now what they're doing is winding down and paying off their debt. Sometimes that might be seen as a restructuring, for instance, inside, or pivoting away from the company's perspective. A reverse split is coming. This one is too dangerous to play, especially coming in with the elections coming up. Without a clear catalyst or without a clear PR, this one will definitely start, continue on dropping. So I don't think it's worth continuing on and try to find all the bullish arguments, because this one here is drowned with fear. So what you need to do is you need to wait for it until it settles down. You get to have the reverse split thing already settled and wait for a PR, and then you can average down once you start seeing a positive bullish catalyst coming up. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day.